Therapy myths. Lots of myths about therapy floating around out there. Love social media, love TikTok, love Instagram for spreading information, but sometimes I feel like, um, yeah, there's just some things out there that maybe aren't quite exactly true. And there's also the truth that, there's lots of different therapy approaches. So I love the blog post Etta just wrote about some of the biggest therapy myths. I definitely recommend hopping over on the blog, or if you're signed up on for our newsletter, you'll get that sent directly to your email once a week, to learn about those biggest myths and kind of get an idea of what therapy really is like. If you haven't given it a try before, and more specifically, what it's like doing therapy here at Etheridge Counseling Group. We definitely have a bit of a different approach than some therapists in the Charleston area. There are, yeah, well, I'll let Etta speak to that. But also, if you're interested in trying therapy, maybe for the first time or for the first time in a long time, give us a call, schedule a free consultation. We'd love to chat with you and hear about what you'd like to work on, what you long for in the future, how you'd like things to change, how we can help you, and we can kind of talk you through what our approach is. I do have a page on the website, actually, now that I think of it, that has that kind of goes into some depth about our approach. Some of the things that you may some tools that we may use in therapy. Now, I will say therapy is a little bit different for each of our clients, because each of our clients is a unique individual, and so therapy is going to look a little different for each person. Also, not everybody's coming to work on the same thing, right? Like if you're coming to work on, I don't know, you're wanting to stop vaping, for example, that's going to look really different than if you're working through maybe a physical assault, right? That very different types of problems to be working through. So therapy is going to look a little bit different, but a lot of times it's always going to include, I will say, it's always going to include at the beginning several sessions of just dumping, as Etta says. Just a few sessions of just dumping it all out. And that's true for a number of reasons, but one, you need to kind of get maybe used to talking about yourself. The therapy experience relationship is a unique experience in that it's not really a normal dialogue, right? It's a very one-sided conversation. We're here primarily to listen. We will obviously be speaking and educating and giving you tools, of course, but it's not about us as much as it is about you having a place to process things in a different way. And it's different than, therapy's different than just talking to friends and family. When you're talking to friends and family, you kind of in the back of your mind, it needs to be an equal conversation, right? Like, I'm going to talk, then they're going to talk, then I'm going to talk, then they're going to talk. That's going to happen. You also, in the back of your mind, know you want to create a little bit of space for them to talk about how they feel, right? But also when you're narrating, when you're telling a story to a friend or a family member, you're really just using your right, I don't know which way the camera is. I don't know if this is mirror image or what, but this is my right brain. This is my left brain. So when you're just talking, you're kind of regurgitating, you're narrating a story, you're really just using your left brain, your language center. But when you're in therapy, we're helping you also bring in your right brain. So yes, you will be talking, but we're helping you do it in a way that is integrating both hemispheres of your brain simultaneously, so that is what we mean when we say process. We don't mean, process is not the same as talking. Talking, left brain; processing, right and left brain happening together, so that you can, fully digest experiences or memories in a way that they can't really get triggered in the future. But also we're helping you talk through things using dual awareness. Dual awareness means I am connected to the thing that I'm talking about. I can feel the emotions, but I'm also connected to where I am physically in space. So I'm connected in this physical place and time, but I have one foot in the memory and I have one foot in the room. That's called dual awareness. So we're also helping you do that. That is why therapy is so completely different than just talking to friends and family, although we want you to be doing that too. Anyway, so that's a little bit, if I were going to talk about some of the maybe misconceptions about therapy, I would probably want to talk a little bit about that as well. But if you have any questions about what therapy is like, you know we're here for that. Shoot us an email if you have any questions at all. We'd love to talk to you about that and see how we can help.